Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
We have a special guest for you today. He's a Chief Operating Officer at United Refractories. He's a follower of Jesus. He's a husband. He's a dad. And I've heard he's pretty good at playing the drums. Please help us welcome Brad Dickerman. Woo!
Thank you.
One thing I did leave out in that intro is that you're a sub 3-hour marathoner.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Yes.
And we'll go into that later in detail. Also, what we're going to talk about too in detail is how you stack up with Tommy Lee and Ringo Starr on this drumming that you did.
Not in the same
later.
universe.
So, tell us where you grew up.
I grew up in Minnesota, southeast Minnesota, specifically in Owatonna. I was actually born in the Twin Cities, but then I spent most of my childhood in Owatonna, about an hour south of Minneapolis.
Okay, so Owatonna, and you and I have talked about this before. The little house on the prairie, right? That was filmed in Mankato or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Not filmed. It wasn't filmed in it. It was probably filmed in Hollywood. But how far did you think Mankato is from?
Oh, about an hour.
Okay.
Like an hour straight west.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your mom and dad, and you have brothers and sisters?
Yep, two younger brothers.
Okay, two younger brothers. They still live in?
Nope, one of them lives in Chicago, the other one lives in Los Angeles.
So growing up in Minnesota, what's that like? I mean, you're a runner. Have you always been a runner?
Yeah, for the most part. I started like cross country in junior high.
Okay.
My dad was a runner, my mom was running by the time I was growing up, so it was just kind of like I don't know, it was just kind of like a normal part of life.
All right, we had a little technical difficulty and lost the mic, but we're back in action.
And by that you mean I hit my mic.
Yeah, it happens, it happens.
We always roughhouse and we usually...
Yeah, usually it's Sam bouncing off of people and knocking it free.
They call me pinball. Right?
Yeah. But so, growing up in Minnesota, you said your dad was a runner. I mean, when you say that, was he like a marathon guy?
No,
or what was his?
He was like a fast guy in high school and college.
Okay.
Yeah.
More of a sprinter.
So he ran like he ran like a 50. They ran the 3 mile back then.
Okay.
But he ran like a 15-minute or sub 15, something like that.
Okay.
And then he ran like cross country and track in college too.
Okay. So then you grow up running a little bit. Now, did you run in college or you didn't run in college?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I ran cross country in high school.
Okay.
And then I was a better golfer than a runner.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I played golf in the spring. So
In high school. Not in college.
Not in college.
Yeah. You just focused on your studies.
No. Yeah, exactly.
Getting smarter. And then you went to, what was the college you went to?
University of Minnesota.
University of Minnesota.
Yep. So I'm a golfer.
So that's their colors are like a golden.
Maroon and gold.
Yeah. I think I know somebody who went to that same college. Yeah, Brad. So yeah, and after college, or actually during college, okay, there was a point where you kind of felt called to go to Jesus a little bit harder.
Yeah. Well, my parents were definitely Christians. I definitely grew up Christian.
Okay.
And I would say I was walking with Jesus for probably since like 8th or 9th grade or something like that.
That's good.
But when you go to college and you're by yourself and you're in a big city and it's a secular university, like you get to decide who you're going to be.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of things. So I remember that. Your parents drop you off and I was all teary-eyed and stuff, and then it's like, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
And so I just remember that first, especially like the first month of college. Like I just remember like Jesus was there.
Yeah.
You know.
Like your dad's still there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Your father
And it's
never leaves you.
Because, you know, like, that was the first time you're really anywhere different growing up, you know?
Yeah.
And I've actually had that same experience moving. I moved to Texas, I moved to Chicago, and moving here, and it's just like, you know, it's the same God wherever you
Yeah.
are, you know?
Yeah.
But especially in college. Brand new friends, brand new everything. And it's like, you know, Jesus is the same, and like, it's actually not the same, it's actually deeper, you know?
Yeah.
So it was very,
Well,
that was impactful for me.
And it's
for sure.
probably deeper, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you now have the opportunity more to explore that for yourself instead of
Yeah.
maybe being pushed in that direction by your parents.
For sure, yeah. And there was an amazing church I went to
In Minnesota, like in college,
yeah,
okay.
in college, yeah. Hope Community Church in Minneapolis, and that was they drove a bus to the campus and picked kids up and stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
what
was
I
like, it was really like, it was a deeper level of kind of discovering the Bible and preaching, and it was awesome.
Now, while you were there, besides reconnecting or establishing a stronger connection with Jesus, what was your major in college? What'd you focus on?
I picked chemical engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why chemical engineering? What kind of drew you to that?
I was good at math. I was pretty good at science. And so like you kind of zero in into like something science or
Yeah.
medical or whatever. And I pass out when I go into hospitals.
You know what?
I think I've gotten a little better at that because I've seen 2 kids be birthed now
Oh, yeah.
without passing out. But I think that's just God's grace.
And maybe your breathing work from running. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so the medical field wasn't for me. And then I'm like, okay, let me just print out the top salaries list like, by major. Like chemical engineering was at the top.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
that sounds like a good fit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, yeah. So you said you traveled to Texas and another place. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, Chicago too, yeah.
Yeah, so what'd you do? What was your, for Texas, what was your trip for?
Well, it was 2010, so you were happy to get a job wherever.
Oh, okay.
So I got a job in Beaumont, Texas, which is like southeast Texas.
Okay.
That was my first chemical engineering job at a chemical plant.
It's not like a refinery or anything. That's in Texas.
It was near a refinery.
Okay.
Yeah. We were like this little chemical plant that was like enveloped by a refinery
Okay.
in Beaumont. So
And then, so you graduated from the University of Minnesota.
Yep.
In what year was that?
2010.
2010. And then you
Yep.
right away went to Beaumont, Texas.
Yep, right away.
For that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was engaged at that time, but my wife was finishing up an internship in Miami, Florida.
Okay. And you met her in college?
Yep.
Yeah. Was that through kind of the church connections or no?
We were going to the same church, yeah, and we were also part of, it was called Campus Crusade for Christ, or just Crew.
Okay.
But really, we were living in the same apartment complex, and so we just kind of, I don't know, we're friends for a long time, and
Well, I think that's kind of the best when you establish a good friendship. You're like, I really like this person.
yeah.
And then you can kind of take it from there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we tend to focus on the shell, the outer look. And oh yeah, I'd like to date her. Well, you don't really even know her yet. So.
Yeah. Well, she was obviously focused on that too.
Yeah, well, no, there's no question. That's definitely what drew her to you, your looks. But yeah, so after Beaumont, Texas, how long were you down there for?
I was there about 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then I just got moved with the same company to a different chemical plant in Chicago.
Okay. And you were up there for?
About 2 years. And I also I did most of my MBA in Chicago too.
Okay. Now you're here.
Yeah.
In Ohio.
Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Well, so my grandpa, Ray Neeson, started a company called United Refractories 50 years ago.
50 years ago.
Yeah, a little over 50 years ago.
Yeah. So what is it exactly do you guys do at United Refractories?
Okay, so refractories are like if you're doing anything at a high temperature, like half of refractories are used in the steel industry.
Okay.
So you're melting metal. Obviously, if you're melting metal or trying to hold melted metal, you can't hold it in something that's metal because that's going to melt too, right? So you
Yeah.
got to line it with refractories. So refractories are ceramics designed for high temperatures and
To kind of form that steel or something?
yeah.
Or you
So
say-
like it's I think like okay, a simple one would be the inside of your fireplace. You got those bricks in
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right? Okay, that's refractory.
Okay.
Those
And
are
they put
simple
in
ones.
that refractory cement as
Yeah.
that's right.
Do you make crucibles as well? Or?
Most of our stuff, yeah, we do.
Okay.
So
Most
tell
of
the
our
folks
stuff-
what a crucible is, Hank.
Well, it's like well, Brad does it for a job.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I'll guide you.
Well, maybe we should let Brad tell us what a
Well, what
crucible
I think a crucible is it's basically a cup
Yeah.
that you put chunks of metal in, put it in a foundry,
Yep.
and it melts the metal inside the cup, but not the cup.
That's right.
Because
Yeah.
it has.
Because it's refractory.
Right, that's right, yeah.
It's
It'll
the-
melt steel.
It's
at
way high temperature resistant
Yeah.
than the metal you're melting.
like what the steel melt at.
Like about 3,000 degrees
So we're talking high
Fahrenheit.
heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not much stuff that survives that kind of heat without melting.
Right. Refractory. Well, eventually the refractories don't survive either, which is
Yeah.
a good thing. Because
Yeah.
they keep having to send in us orders.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So where did he start that company back then, 50 years ago?
So
Where was
he was in Pittsburgh,
Okay.
but they started, I think their first plant was in Detroit. That's a really small plant because that's where his partner was.
Dang,
And then they moved pretty, I'm not exactly sure what the timeline is, but pretty soon after they moved to Sharonville, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And they built the plant and the business there until about 13, maybe 14 years ago. And then they needed something bigger.
More
I say
space.
they because I wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
They needed something bigger, found a really nice building in Brookville, Indiana,
yeah.
about 3 times bigger. So we got about 300,000 square feet there.
You know, one day I passed your sign out
Oh,
there,
yeah?
and I was
Okay.
like, wait, that's
There you
right
go.
after we had met you. And
That's
I'm like,
it, yeah.
wait, that's where Brad was.
Yeah. It's
I
a
didn't-
crazy place to have a big manufacturing
Yeah.
plant, but I
Yeah.
love it. I get to look out over that nice cornfield every
Yeah.
day.
I mean, all I saw was the sign. I drove past.
yeah.
But I need to come out and kind of look at the facilities. But yeah, so that they were in Detroit, and then Pennsylvania, Detroit. He's from Pennsylvania, Detroit. So he wasn't from Minnesota.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so my dad's from Minnesota.
Okay.
My mom grew up in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, let me go back to your parents again now. Was there like a battle, like the whole Vikings Steelers thing back then?
Not really. my dad is such a diehard. My mom was like, okay, well,
Yeah, whatever.
I just want you to be happy.
She's a good wife.
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly.
That's good.
She went to Penn State too.
Oh,
But she's, if the Gophers win, we're all happy.
Yeah,
So she's
that's
happy. Yeah.
Now the funny thing is, and I don't want to jump too much off the topic, but we met Brad. Was it the weekend that the Vikings were playing the Bengals and
Oh, maybe.
and
Yeah,
your
yeah.
mom was in town? It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
neat. We met him out here
And by
running.
playing the Bengals, you mean winning by like 40 points.
crushing the Bengals. Yeah,
That was the week I was sure we were going to go to the Super Bowl.
yeah,
But then you realize the Bengals were trash.
yeah. That's right. And then you were sad like a Bengals fan.
Oh, trust me, I'm used to it.
So, but yeah, back to the manufacturing, because this is very interesting to me, because to have a company that's been in business so long.
Yeah, everyone says they want to work for a growing company, and then when you actually do it, you realize it's really hard.
Yeah.
And it's really painful.
Yeah.
And you're getting into new industries and new products and starting up new production lines, and like, there's just a lot of challenges you got to figure out.
And you kind of have to know when to say when on what path you're going to take when you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you avoid being spread too thin on that kind of stuff?
Well, you've got to grow your organization as you do it. So that's our Doug is our owner right now, and he's the son of the founder.
Okay.
And he doesn't limit our resources. It's just about what are our goals and what do you guys need to do it. So it feels a lot like a startup, even though we've been around for a long time. Our goals we're trying to achieve, we're still kind of like the new kid on the block in these new industries we're getting into.
Well, I think that's how you have to be too.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
You have to. I think that's one thing that happens with bigger companies. They lose the hunger. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
And if you always maintain that.
Well, we're in this cool spot where it's really hard to be who we were 12 years ago because you're so small. And you're right though, we're in this nice middle spot. We're more competent than the younger guys or the smaller guys.
Yeah.
We're not younger, sometimes older.
Yeah.
And they don't have as great of a plan as our owner has. And then you've got these big, ginormous, bureaucratic, like investor-led,
The big wigs just take all the money.
custom. They have so much stuff that gets in their way from just thinking about what their customers need.
Yeah.
And so we can be competent and we can be fast and agile
Yeah.
and still like be a person that they get to talk to on the phone and we take care of them.
Yeah.
So now the trick is how do you maintain that as you grow? But that's the challenge. That's what I like doing.
How does running help how does that transfer over to your work?
Okay, well, it does a lot of things. First off, it helps me like stay balanced, where I have something else I'm working on, where I can get obsessive about stuff.
Yeah.
So it's nice for me to have other goals I'm working on,
Kind of breaks
other
up the
things I'm
monotony.
spending my energy on.
Yeah.
That stops me from just getting obsessed about work. Because that's, at the end of the career, that's not all I want is to be obsessed
Yeah.
about work, right?
Right.
So that helps. There's also like, I think discipline isn't one of those things you turn on and off.
Right.
I think it's one of those things you're either doing or you're not.
Yeah.
And so getting up every morning and running, like I run 6 days a week. And like just that discipline that forces you to eat better,
Yeah.
you sleep better, you handle stress better, and like that attitude of discipline, like it transfers over to work. And like for example, so you're gonna train for a marathon and you got like a 20-mile run, and you're like, that's a lot of miles.
Yeah.
And like your watch beeps after 1 mile, and you're like, holy crap, I'm only 5% done.
Right. Yeah.
But like you learn the discipline of, but I'm totally fine. I'm just gonna keep running.
Yeah.
I just gotta get started. And like, this is like, I'm gonna get this done. So you get used to taking on things that are hard.
And removing distractions
Yeah.
from your life, maybe.
Yeah, and you're just used to it. You're like, okay, this is gonna be really hard, but it was hard on Sunday when I did that 20-mile run.
Yeah.
I just got started and it was over.
It really makes you see how you can achieve more, for one. But yeah, is that constant discipline, the consistency
Yeah,
kind of keeps you in a routine,
right.
which is good too.
Which is really the key for running and for anything in my opinion. But it's not like the amazing dramatic like fourth quarter comeback. It's like showing up every day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Kind of like showing up every day for work.
Exactly.
And you're already showing up the best that you can be as far as not carrying any other troubles with you.
Right.
But that's the thing, like you don't get much recognition when you show up
Yeah.
day in, day out.
Yeah, until you look back and you're like, and you don't realize you're necessarily getting better.
Yeah.
And then you have these moments where you look back and you're like, look what we were able to accomplish this week as our business. And think about us even trying to do that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, how'd that happen? It's like, it wasn't like a moment.
Yeah.
It was this slow,
Gradual,
Yeah.
consistent work.
just kept building good work on top of good work and showing up.
Well, I think in today's society specifically, I feel like with social media, you get a lot of that. And it seems like we always kind of come back to this, and we do, because it's everybody wants it now, right? Like,
for sure.
They want the win now. The wins are tiny little wins, right?
Yeah.
Come from the not so pretty aspects of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's the trick?
Yeah.
What's the, there must be a trick out there
Yeah.
for me to lose weight or to get faster.
Yeah,
or
where's the
whatever.
pill?
It's
What's the
like, well,
next little?
There isn't a trick. It's every day.
It's just a consistent do it.
And it's actually, you actually get to the point where you like the process more than the result anyways.
Yeah.
You just like waking up every morning and running.
Well, it's funny you
what
say
you do.
that, because we talk about that a lot. We're
Yeah.
big into that, the journey.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
do you ever feel unfulfilled after completing a goal?
Oh yeah.
Like, let's just use your sub 3 hour marathon.
Yeah.
For
What was the
instance.
thought?
Well, so I was pretty fulfilled that day for a while, I have
Yeah.
to admit. Like, I had been thinking about that. That was my goal for whatever reason. I started running like 4 or 5 years ago. And like, I wasn't anywhere close. like I tried to run a 3-hour pace and I'd be worn out.
Yeah.
After a couple miles, I'm like, is it even possible to break 3 hours?
Yeah.
But anyways, so you're doing all this training and you're thinking about what's it going to be like on that final when I can see the finish line and I can see 2:50 whatever on the clock. Like, how cool is that going to be?
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed that moment for like a couple, 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And then I felt great that day on the drive home. And then I'm like, all right, that wasn't quite a Boston qualifying time though. So
Yeah, that's the sad thing. Like,
yeah,
what's the number that is a qualifying time though? But
Well,
yeah, tell us the details on that.
technically, so at my age, sub 3 hours is a Boston qualifying time.
Okay.
But the problem is too many people are getting Boston qualifying times.
Right.
So I probably have to beat that. I think last year was like 6 or 7 minutes. So you'd have to be like a 2:53 at my age.
Okay.
Or something like
And
that.
how old are you?
I just turned 38.
Just turned 38.
I
Okay.
don't think we'll be able to tell how old you are.
Yeah.
You look pretty young.
Yeah, he's like some of our past guests. Very useful looking.
Well, I do have some gray hair underneath that.
Yeah. Thanks, so do I. That's what. It's not just because it's cold out here.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that journey, I think there again, we oftentimes focus that goal. That's what I need. I need that new car. I need that new house. Once I get that job, make all that money, and we forget about the journey.
For sure. Well, you kind of learn that life isn't going to fill you in two ways, like through failures and disappointments. And like this just kind of sucks. Like there's got to be more. And then when you get what you want, you're like, dang, I'm making quite a bit of money. Or like, that was my goal.
Yeah.
And then you enjoy it, and then you're just like, but man, that's it.
Yeah.
So both ways, and it's actually like, now I'm gonna get spiritual honest. Like you learn a lot
that's
about,
what we're here for.
You learn a lot about how we were designed and what our relationship with God was designed to be like. He's not a finite God, right? He's infinite. So like eternity with God, what we're ultimately designed for, is gonna be this unbelievable, like, it's gonna keep, he's infinite. It's gonna keep getting better and
It's
better
like
and
every
better
goal
and better.
you dreamed of,
Yeah.
but it's actually going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the pleasure, like so having kids, right? Like it's, there's obviously tough moments.
Sure.
But there's some moments where I've really tried to embrace it and just be like, this is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I love having an
Yeah.
8-year-old or a 10-year-old or whatever. And then like, you want to take all these pictures and like try to remember it as much as you can because you know it's going so fast.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And it's like, even in the best moments, you're a little sad. Because
Yeah.
you're like, this isn't gonna last.
Yes.
And that just shows we want something that's gonna last.
Yeah.
Like, and we will get that someday with Jesus, but that's it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to be honest with yourself when you're like, this actually isn't as satisfying as I maybe thought it was.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's God's grace kind of pushing you towards him.
Well, I think that's one thing about this journey that we take people on this run and the interview. I feel like if we were just sitting down at a table talking about it, I don't think we'd be getting this deep.
Right.
Not easily. We
Yeah,
might.
yeah.
We might. But I think by the time we get to the end, we all really feel a lot more vulnerable. We're like, hey, we're trying to survive out here. We got other. I mean, I am. You're a little better. But you open up about those things, the quality things in life, the things that matter to you, and that's what's so great about this.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to get back into the journey part. So have you more switched your mindset and have fallen in love with the journey? Or you just know that there's more goals to come, more success?
I really love the journey. Like, so you guys weren't very happy with some of your marathon times or whatever, but like, that was like 3.5 hours of your time. Like, you spent 5 months getting ready for that thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We were happy with the journey. Though.
Absolutely.
We were happy with the training.
Like, I love it just as much. I think marathons are super fun.
Yeah.
Until the end.
And then the last 6 miles at the end.
And then as you're looking back, you're thinking it was more fun than it actually was.
Yeah.
But no, I love the journey for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's key. It is key. And I believe, like when you talked about your children, when you're in the moment, when you can get in the moment sometimes, I remember when my kids, and I have little girls now, and there's times they come up to me and they'll talk to me and I'm busy and I'm like, you know what? I just need to stop and talk.
Yeah.
And connect. And all the other stuff can wait because that's not important.
For sure.
It isn't important.
Well, there's nothing worse than giving up all your moments because you're thinking about something in the future.
Yeah.
And then you get it, and then it's not what you thought it would be anyways.
Yeah.
So eventually you go through that cycle enough times, you realize, okay, I may or may not get that thing, but right now I can have an amazing thing.
Yes.
Which is hanging out with my wife.
Yes.
Or whatever it is, going for a run, whatever it is. Like, how about I just do that now?
Yeah.
And I'll be disciplined and results may or may not come.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's out of our control, probably more than we're willing to admit.
Yeah. Now, are you more, when you do run the 6 days a week, are you typically like in a training schedule, kind of like, or what's your?
Typically, yeah, like loosely. I've learned what works best for me.
Yeah.
Usually long run on a Sunday, usually some kind of a speed work on Saturday. Monday's off. This makes Monday easier to not have to wake up early. So I can kind of recover from a hard weekend.
Now today's Saturday,
Yeah.
so we brought you out here. We're doing 10.
Well, this is cool. So I'm doing 16 today.
Okay. So after we do this little interview here, Brad's gonna cut out for 6 more.
That's the plan anyways, marathon pace.
So that's awesome.
What I admire about you, Brad, is you seem like you're up for anything, and you're very easygoing. Like,
Thanks.
we first talked to Brad about this. We were like, well, like we're gonna run on this day or whatever. Brad was like, well, if it's 0 degrees out, like I probably won't go. Like, well, we've done it in 0 degrees. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
we can run. That's fine.
I think he remembered back to Minnesota. He's like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you're gonna say
Great,
I'm
I'm from Minnesota. I can do that. And like another example, when we were at the marathon, there's a big long line waiting for the porta potty.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys would be like, well, this sucks, I'll just wait. But I was like, oh, no big deal, I'll just go behind the porta potty. It's like, nothing phases the guy.
Yeah, Brad didn't know we saw him over there doing that.
Yeah, we were kind of
Like,
sneaking up on him. But
I've trained so hard for this darn thing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start this race having to pee.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna miss the start because I'm standing in line. So
Well, that was great. I mean,
so where did you get that mentality? Nothing can phase me.
I don't know.
was it from running probably, or you think?
Maybe. I think my mom was a rule follower and my dad has a bit of a rebellious streak.
Okay.
Kind of like, well, that rule doesn't make sense. I'll just go behind the porta potty.
Yeah, that's right.
No one's gonna see me. So,
Yeah. They're gonna spill half the pee when they dump the porta potty anyway,
Yeah.
probably. So.
Who cares about the public indecency laws?
That's like a thing that happens at, like, for me at most races. It's always like a crisis to figure out how I'm gonna pee right before the start.
Well, I don't know if you've ever run the New York City Marathon or not.
I've not. I'd like to.
Well, they bus you. I think it's out to Long Island.
Okay.
As soon as you get off the bus, there's people, males, females, everybody squatting, peeing, whatever, all lined up, just in the weed, wherever.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, they might have changed those rules since.
Yeah. But I mean, fellow runners get it.
Oh yeah, we get it. Yeah, we know there's snot and everything else out here. And that's what we try to make it better for the listener, I guess. Maybe edit a little bit of that out, but the fact is, we're out here running 10 and trying to communicate. And sometimes you'll hear a lot of huffing and puffing out of me, especially when you're running with guys like Brad. So I did want to talk a little bit about your wife and your kids. So you have, how long have you been married?
About 16 years.
16 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Right out of college. I got
Right out of
married.
college.
Yep.
Again, you probably told me this. But anyway, so you've been married for 16 years, and your kids are how old?
10 and 7.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. They're going to be 10. 9 and 7.
I get it. No, I get it. I have 7 kids, so you know.
In April, he's going to be 10.
So are your kids in sports a lot, or?
They're so different. Like Gus, the younger
Yeah.
7-year-old, he loves sports. he's always wanting to play football, or like whenever we put sports on the TV or whatever, he goes and grabs his jersey and his football helmet and he's running around and throwing the ball at me and stuff. So he loves sports. And Teddy is just like the opposite.
Yeah.
Like he's just not an athletic guy, truthfully.
Probably a really smart guy though, right?
He is very smart, yeah. And he's just into totally different stuff. He loves art, he loves reading, he's getting really good grades. He's insane at like building Legos and mechanical stuff, and he's so patient at trying to solve problems and things. And
Might be a mechanical engineer then.
yeah,
Huh?
I don't know. So we got this chemistry kit for Christmas, and he's been loving learning that and doing all. So it's just, I don't know. You don't really get to decide who your kids are going to be.
Yeah, well, and you shouldn't, I don't think. You just, you just spend your time with them and you let them know you love them.
Yeah.
And encourage them to be them.
And you kind of, like, you don't engineer your kid, you just nurture what you have.
Yeah.
You figure out their strengths, you help them with their weaknesses, and it's just so cool.
Well, I think that's great advice. I think you have a lot of that today where somebody wants their kid to be a professional athlete, or they want to be the best football player, or the best. And what's the kid want?
Yeah. And just the diversity of humans. Like, you think how many humans there are and how many there's been throughout history. We're all different.
Oh, absolutely.
It's even how we look, how we act, how we think. So God made those Gus and Teddy to be who he wants them to be.
Yeah. And
I'm just there to kind of see what the Lord wants me to do to help the process.
You're lucky enough to be the guy to be able to help through that. Yeah.
Very lucky.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I would remind folks to, we're all different. Just encourage people to be the best them that they can be, especially parents, right?
Yeah.
Now your wife, is she a stay-at-home mom?
She stays at home, She stays plenty busy. She's got all kinds of things she volunteers with, and obviously taking care of the kids.
Oh, yeah,
It's plenty.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think that is, I've talked about this before. It's like, we forget how important that role is.
Oh, yeah.
And stay-at-home mom, you got it easy, right? You don't have to work. No, that's not the case. There's a lot, especially when you're just making, so when you come home from a long day's work, when you've got to clear your head, you're supplying funds for the family to be able to run on, and mama's at home taking care of the babies, and I mean, they're older now, but
right? It never stops.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, she's pretty great, so having our kids be around her more often is a good thing.
Yeah, so I mean, that kind of brings me to now when you grew up, you didn't grow up in one of them Minnesota learning centers, did you? No, so your mom was a stay-at-home mom, right?
Yeah.
And see, I think that's the key to, you don't want some 18-year-old kid, not that there's anything wrong with that, but you want your influence on them, somebody you've had
for sure
experience.
Yeah, and you just have to be so thankful that we can even consider that as an option.
You're right. You're right. And I'm not saying
a lot of people don't have a choice.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that's not something folks have to go toward.
Yeah, for sure.
But if they can avoid sending their kids off and they can be around to raise them, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. My wife and I were talking about how sometimes it seems, when you think about how little you remember from your childhood, especially in the early years, sometimes it seems like, why are we trying so hard at this parenting thing? You're going to forget it all.
Yeah.
But what she said this week, which is totally right, they remember how they felt.
Yeah.
Like, it's ingrained inside of them. Like, they remember we were consistently there for them and loving them, disciplining them in a loving way. Like, they were safe. They didn't have to worry about us being somewhere or being gone or whatever.
You were a good, consistent love that was there.
Yeah, which is the way I'm that way, or at least mostly that way. It's probably because that's how my mom was for me.
Yeah. And I think I just said this yesterday. I knew growing up that I was loved by my mom. And we didn't have much at all. My dad died young.
Okay.
And we went through our tragedies, but I knew my mom loved me so much, and that's what kind of, I guess, carried me through.
Yeah.
But what's great is that you carry it on, right, and onto your kids.
For sure.
And it's just like how trauma is like, they say trauma is generational, but the loving and like the good stuff is generational as well.
For sure.
So if you have that generational trauma, it can stop with you.
Yeah.
And you can pass on something great to your kids. And then their kids will have a great childhood.
Sure. And the beautiful thing is, when you trust in Jesus, it's not all up to you.
Yeah.
You can screw it up, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You say you're sorry to your kids. You ask the Lord to help you kind of improve there, and like there's grace there. And there's things that, my parents weren't perfect. I'm not perfect. And it's almost like you're moving the ball down the field a little bit every generation.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure my parents were even less perfect. But like there's this kind of generational change that can happen too. So it's also okay when you screw it up. It's gonna be all right.
And you can follow Jesus and make that major correction in your life.
Absolutely.
Your life could be a shambles before.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's what he does.
There are things, like Hank said, that you take with you, but you got to work on shedding the bad.
Yeah.
For sure.
And focus on the positive.
For sure.
Setbacks are part of life, though. If the world was perfect, we'd be in heaven, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's all part of the journey.
And now we're in suck on this journey right here, on this road. No, it's good though. I mean, this is a good journey. I love talking to people when we run.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's easier to shut your mouth and just run, isn't
Well,
it?
I will say though, how far have we gone? I can't believe we've already gone over 5
I
miles.
know. I was just thinking that myself. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It's like
It goes by faster. And that's the other thing we do want to talk to you about is, but when is the next marathon you're running?
Middle of April.
Middle of April.
Yep.
Okay.
In Carmel, Indiana.
Okay.
Flat as a pancake.
It would probably be difficult for you then if we invited you on our team to go slow. What we want to do in Flying Pig, and you can think about this, is this right here.
Oh, okay.
Interview people, not...
You gonna run the full?
Yes.
Okay.
At a slow pace, obviously.
All right, well.
So I want you to think about that.
Yeah.
It'd be a good training run to get to...
It'll probably be your slowest marathon ever.
That's okay. That'd be it's about 3 weeks, I think, after. That could be fun, though.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
And think
You guys,
about
he
it.
is up for anything.
Yeah.
And
That might be tougher than the marathon run trying to break 3 hours.
We'll see. I guess you'll have 3 weeks, you said, to recover.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, some people can do it.
Yeah.
You've done it, right?
Yeah, but you can do it. I know. Brad, you can do it.
You're a beast.
I know what you can do. You know what you can do.
All right, well,
Jesus knows what you can do.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
on that.
no.
Yeah,
I just want to throw it out there. And I think Jack had a question about training, like how you kind of brought it up a little bit earlier, where like you get up early for work, right?
Yeah, I get up around 5
And then you usually run in the mornings or in the evening?
in the mornings.
Okay. So what time you running then? At like 5:30 or?
Yeah. So I've got a treadmill downstairs, and then I also just got a headlamp.
Okay. So you do a lot of treadmill work, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's not
Probably.
really a Minnesota guy then. Are you really from Minnesota? No, I'm kidding.
He's a liar.
You know, one of the things about Harrison, we don't have very good paths.
Yeah, this is the only
This
one.
is
I think,
awesome,
yeah.
but like, it's not like
From your house.
Yeah, I guess what I should say is sidewalks. So
Yeah.
it's pretty. I feel pretty endangered when it starts.
Yeah.
Especially where you are.
Yeah.
That's a rough road.
Yeah, for sure. They do have a lot of nice like gear, light up gear and stuff out, but no, I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's treadmill stuff through the week, and
Yeah. Sometimes outside. I've got a big hill in my neighborhood, so every other week I'll do a hill workout in my neighborhood. It's safe in my neighborhood.
How about as far as speed? When do you, like how often through the week do you say, okay, today I'm gonna just pound it?
So I usually do one set of intervals or a hill workout every week. So I've been doing 400s like every Saturday. So I do 12 400s.
So you like go to the track to do it, or you just kind of do it on your treadmill and just speed it up? Or?
Ideally, if they have the track open at the high school, I love doing it on the track.
Okay, yeah.
But sometimes I'll just find a flat 400 meter.
Yeah.
Like down in the lower part of the inner loop. Sometimes I'll just run down there.
Okay.
On that gravel.
Yeah.
And then as I get closer to marathons, I do 800s.
Okay.
So there's this theory, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he's a Runner's World editor. And he's like, if you can run 10 800s with like however long that 800 took you, take that for a break. Whatever your time is in minutes for your 800s you can do, that's like what you should be able to run in a marathon.
Okay.
So I was running 10. I did 12 800s a couple times before this last one, which that's a tough workout.
Yeah, no doubt.
But so I was trying to go about just a little under like 6 minute pace.
Okay. Yeah, that's smoking.
For those 800s. So that's a tough workout.
Now I say that's smoking, but when we think of where we are or where you are compared to the winners, like the elite,
it's like a different.
It's like an hour faster.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Which you would think, oh, someone runs a 4 hour, someone runs a 3 hour, and the fastest guys are near 2.
Yeah.
You'd think I'm halfway there, but it's not even close.
Right. Yeah.
It's a different sport altogether. What they're doing.
Yeah. They truly are amazing. But again, that's them, and that's why you should never compare yourself to others.
Those guys don't have day jobs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why running is so awesome. Because you start to realize like everyone has their own potential, and like you realize how hard it is to get close to that potential, and so you appreciate anyone.
Yeah.
If 6 hours is their potential, I couldn't imagine running for 6 hours straight.
I know.
So, that's amazing, right? It's also amazing when someone runs a 2:30 marathon or whatever. So
you're right. I mean, it's a grind, no matter how fast or how slow you're doing it.
Yeah.
When you get to be that distance, you're gonna talk to Jesus at some point.
Oh yeah.
You know?
For sure. Yeah.
And if you haven't, well, you're missing out.
Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever run a race, at least after high school, where I was like upset at the guy next to me because I wanted to beat him.
Yeah.
This is such a joyful, fun, like camaraderie, I guess is what you call it.
You know, I heard a fellow Minnesota, and I think she is Courtney DeWalter.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So she talked about, it was one of those like last longest type ultras or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
Where they wanted to keep going, right? And it was her and another guy. So in this thought, it just didn't register with me, but they were actually, they had to get to a point where they had to encourage each other.
Yeah.
So they could each keep going.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. It's really an amazing thought that you're not there to beat this guy.
For sure.
You're there to fix you and
for sure
get you better.
Like most runners, I like Eliud Kipchoge, the Kenyan guy who broke sub 2. Yeah, I heard him interviewed. He was talking about how it's a team sport for him. He's always training with the team.
Yeah.
Like you'd think it's the most individual sport ever, right? But even as successful as he's been, he's like, it's all about the team.
Yeah.
And he's got his camp and he's on the toilet cleaning rotation just like everybody else.
Well, I do want to step off of running for a little bit. Go back to the drumming. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you start with this?
I started playing. Well, I played like classical percussion like as soon as you could in elementary school.
Okay.
And then my church, we started. This is like back in the days when like churches were just beginning to be like, ooh, what if we had a drum set on stage?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So we were going through that, and my dad was a drummer and a percussionist. Okay. And when I was 11 or 12, I was up there just playing like hand percussion, like shakers, tambourines, or whatever. And we had some really good musicians in our church. And every once in a while, we'd bring some professional guys down from the Twin Cities. And so I'd be playing percussion, watching those guys, and I just learned a lot, I guess, through osmosis.
Yeah.
And like that's one of those things. I work really hard at my running. I don't work hard at drumming. For some reason, it's just a talent I have. So it came easy to me.
So would you say Ringo Starr Tommy Lee, or is it Tommy Lee Brad?
I'm not even
Brad
close.
Dickerman, or
Not even close. But I'm a pretty darn good church drummer.
Yeah, okay, so
I wouldn't feel right charging anyone money for me to play, but
well, that's good. So you play for your church,
yep.
which is probably the best place to
Oh,
play.
it's super fun, yeah.
What if you tapped into that potential though and really
I mean, okay, so I was thinking about this. My wife and I, we have season tickets to the Broadway musicals that come to Cincinnati. And we're like, man, those people, like, they're living the dream. Like, they made it. Like, they're in a musical. And then now they got to travel to all these cities and do it, like, every night.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just their job now.
Yeah.
So they took the one thing they liked and they turned it into their job that
Yeah,
they probably hate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they like parts of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
but it turns into a grind. So I don't know. Maybe I have more potential, but it's
But
okay
you don't
to have
wanna
something
ruin
you
it.
just enjoy too.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
ruin it. And I
Yeah.
think that's one thing with this podcast that we always think about too. It's like, guys, it has to be enjoyable.
yeah, how hard when do you stop pushing so hard
Yeah.
and just enjoy it?
Well, that's the key to running too. Like, it's not about did I finish like as fast as I possibly could on this training run. It's like, did I enjoy it? So I'm gonna show up the next day.
Yeah.
And do it again. That's what matters.
Yes.
So what are some tips that you've acquired?
For running?
Yes, for running
Okay.
over the years.
Well, I've learned you do a lot of slow running in your training. Again, so you can enjoy it and it's sustainable. And there's all kinds of boring physiological benefits you can learn about on
Yeah.
Google about doing that. That's like even like, you know, the guys who are trying to run fast, 1,500 meters and stuff, they're doing a lot of slow running. You can't skip the long run. Like, the long run is super, super important, especially if you're training for a marathon.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go fast. You can just go at a nice conversational pace.
Yeah.
So is,
Be on your feet for 3 hours and
is that more of like a developing endurance idea?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
I'm just a meta-analysis of Runner's World magazine,
Yeah.
so I don't have any like
You're no expert,
no unique insights, but I can tell you what the experts say. So
Well, I think sometimes the experts will say one thing, but maybe that's not necessarily
Yeah.
that's really the truth.
yeah, for sure.
But and what you found though is that, and you've told me this before, where the magic just shows up on race day.
It does, yeah. Well, carbon-plated shoes help too. that probably gave me at least 5 minutes.
Is that the biggest tip?
I mean, not obviously, like, the shoes alone aren't going to do it, but they
gotta
do make
train, yeah.
they make an incredible difference.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I haven't tried yet, but I'm probably gonna get it. I did buy a pair,
Okay.
but I bought them online. I think they're a little small, so that's
Yeah.
and that's not good when
Well,
you're
it's
running.
hard. It's hard to even find a store that has them. So
Yeah. So I haven't worn them yet. I will try them someday. But
I
yeah.
almost kind of wish they didn't exist.
Yeah.
Because like, let's just have the Boston Marathon qualifying time just be 5 minutes longer,
Yeah.
and we can all just agree to not spend $300 on shoes.
Right.
That last half is long.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, all that stuff goes out the window and it's gonna suck. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, what goes through your mind? How do you push through that
Well,
and just go?
I remember, I feel like you're practicing your mind during the training. So a lot of the running's easy, but I do, during marathon training, I do a tempo run once a week. And basically a tempo run is, you're running not like at 5K pace where you're gonna like feel the lactic acid build up,
Yeah.
but you're like, I could do this for about an hour before I basically have to stop.
Yeah.
And so you get to, you're like 10, 15 minutes into that, and you realize you have 30 minutes left, and you're like, okay, this treadmill's not slowing down. I'm gonna have to figure out how to be comfortable at this pace.
Okay.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you kind of get used to that mental toughness. And then the thing I did this last training cycle that really, you remember we went for that big long 22-mile run.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I did the first 10 easy, and the last 12 I did at my marathon pace.
Yeah.
And I felt great that day. And I remember thinking at mile 14 of the marathon, I was thinking, okay, I got 12 miles left.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even feeling great at mile 14, but I'm like, but I just did this. Like,
Yeah, because you trained your mind.
it's 12 miles.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about an hour and 20 minutes and I'm done.
Yeah.
So
And you just keep going.
I think it was I guess the trust you have that you're gonna be able to do it, even when it starts to suck,
Yeah.
because you've been doing it in the training.
So
Now-
you kind of fall back to your training.
That's what it was like for me. Yeah.
Like you rise to the occasion probably the first 10 miles,
Yeah.
and then the last
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
fall
and
to
you
your
just
training.
realize, like, you think your first marathon, you're like, okay, everything's got to go stinking perfect.
Yeah.
Because this is crazy. 26.2 miles, faster than my slow runs have been. Like, how's this even going to work? And then you realize when you're training, like, something always hurts.
Yeah.
Something's always a
Yeah.
problem, right?
Yeah.
Or you feel a little sick or whatever. There's almost never a time where you feel perfect.
Right.
And then you realize it doesn't really matter. You just keep going.
Yeah.
So you don't panic. I remember my quads were super sore. Like at mile 10, I'm like, well, I guess this is how it ends. But I just kept going, and for some reason they hung in there. So
What do you feel like when we are like this, you have a group run or whatever? Well, and you just said it a little while ago when we hit 5, that those sort of things, that sort of pain just doesn't enter your mind so much.
for sure, definitely during a marathon too, when you got people cheering for you.
Yeah.
I think about, so in Hebrews, right? They're using running or race as an analogy for
Yeah.
life, and how we're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses and throwing off everything that hinders us so we can run the race in front of us. And like, that really, like, it almost seems like whoever wrote Hebrews, we don't really know.
Was a runner.
Yeah, it sounds like he ran marathons. Like, it's so cool. Like, what a great analogy.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference to think about the cloud of witnesses, right?
Yeah. And that's what all those spectators are.
Absolutely.
What kind of pace we on right now, you think?
7:55.
7:55, yeah.
Sorry.
That sounds about right. I wonder why
We
I
are
can't
going
breathe.
downhill though.
I thought that was a little uphill right there. Well,
So would you say the majority of your runs are done alone?
Yeah. Not necessarily because I'd prefer it that way, but like,
it's just a
who else is going to join me at 5 in the morning?
there's only so many idiots out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So what I found is it's a lot easier to quit on yourself
Yeah.
when you're the only one out there. Like you said, no one's gonna see you if you
Yeah.
There's no witnesses.
quit to run
Right.
that early in the morning. So, like, what keeps you going on those long training runs all alone?
I don't know. I think there's something about like, once you start, like, I'm afraid to even start down that path, right? Like,
Of quitting?
I'm gonna do a 20-mile run and then I'm gonna cut it a quarter mile short. I don't even
Yeah.
want to start that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
once you start bargaining with yourself,
Yeah,
like,
that's a really good point.
so it's just, I don't negotiate with myself. Like,
Yeah,
you're
like-
doing it.
No negotiations
You're
with
gonna have to-
mediocrity. We're going to
Yeah.
just continue
You're
with
gonna have to
the
figure
standard.
it out. Yeah. Once you start breaking promises to yourself like that, that's why you're better off running easy or picking goals you can do every day.
Yeah.
Don't get in the habit of saying you're going to do something and don't do it.
Yes.
Because the best thing really is the consistency.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. And I out of just the way I'm wired, I'd be so upset the rest of the day if I cut my
Yeah.
run short.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Bothers you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't believe yourself, if you can't trust
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
who can you trust?
Sometimes when you feel horrible, those are like the runs where you feel the best after. Like, man,
Yeah.
I stuck it out there. That was great.
Yeah, so you just never even started that thought of quitting on yourself. That's
Yeah. I used to, in a lot of my runs, I'd start out too fast and then I'd finish slow and just kind of limp my way to the
Yeah.
finish. And when I really tried, that's not how you run a fast marathon.
No.
You got to do the opposite. And so I really tried in all my workouts, I really tried to be like, okay, what am I going to do to make the finish a little faster than the start? Whether it's running 800s or doing an easy run or whatever. Just that discipline of like, you get in the habit of, okay, I'm getting towards the end, instead of thinking, okay, when am I about to fall apart here? How much do I need to slow down? You start thinking, okay, I'm getting near the end. It's time to really get into this thing.
Yeah.
So you just get in that mental habit.
That is great. It's just there's so many people nowadays that, like, I was watching this podcast with Jelly Roll, and he had just quit on himself so much.
Yeah.
You know who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah.
And he started his weight loss journey, I think, a couple years ago. But
Are we going straight or?
I don't care.
Okay, we'll go straight. Is that all right?
Yeah, works for me.
Yes,
You don't want that hill right away?
we got another hill over here.
Yeah.
But he had just grown so accustomed to quitting on himself that, like, he just never trusted anything he said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's no good.
I guess if you can just get in the opposite of that thinking.
And if you can just get on the other side of feeling healthier and feeling good and
Yeah,
feeling disciplined,
you'll never wanna
it's
go
so
back.
much better.
Yeah.
I about tripped Sam back here. Sorry.
He's trying to get me back. So would you say you've never really fallen off of your fitness level, or?
I mean, I wasn't like, I started running like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But it's
And I
been
definitely wasn't-
consistent since.
Yeah, it's been consistent
Wow.
since then. Yeah. And there's been ups and downs and injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I learned is when you feel like you're injured in running, usually you can just keep running.
Yeah.
Like, it's some kind of a weakness or
Yeah.
something you got to figure out. So I've learned a routine that works with like doing some weightlifting and doing core work and what I need to stretch when and stuff like that. Doing some foam rolling, all the stuff to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
I take cold showers now.
Oh, no.
At the end, I get that cold water on
Oh, man.
my legs, and it's miserable, obviously, but you feel so much better.
Kudos to you. That's big time.
One thing when you're young, you kind of don't think about the recovery aspect.
For sure.
Like,
Because you don't really have to.
yeah, you're just like, oh, just dog it out and go.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of starting to realize, like, oh, I'm tight right here. I need to stretch more.
For sure.
Foam roll.
The cool thing about running, though, is you can be good and old at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like golf.
Your peak doesn't have to be 25 years old
Yeah.
in running.
Yeah.
In fact,
Thank
it
you.
usually
Thank
is.
you.
Yeah.
I see who that's directed toward. I appreciate.
Well, I just turned 38 too.
Yeah.
Like, when a quarterback is 38 and he's
Oh,
winning
yeah.
games, you're like, what a miracle.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
That's
Not
right.
running though.
Yeah. It is a wonderful thing. I mean, it really is. Mentally, physically, probably mentally is the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps in so many different ways. Running, I'm shocked it's not the biggest sport on earth.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's getting
It's
bigger.
growing,
though.
yeah,
It's growing, yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
Like, you can't even get into these big marathons.
it's cool
anymore.
unless you're trying to qualify for Boston.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's exactly it.
But-
They keep moving the goalpost
Yeah.
at me.
But once you reach that, Brad, it'll just
Yeah. Well,
It'd be the same thing.
I'll get there eventually. Every 5 years, they push it out 5 minutes, your time.
Yeah,
So
but
if I just-
everybody. But surprisingly, the people that are old,
Yeah.
they're fast.
Exactly.
You look
Well,
at their times.
That's the thing. You don't have to slow down.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'll watch this when I'm 50 and be like, no, you got to slow down a little bit.
well, I think what I thought is the retirement age. Once people retire, they devote more
Yeah.
attention toward running,
Yeah.
and that marathon, that qualifying time
Yeah.
goes
It
down.
could be. There's also just the old man strength.
That's true. That
You're
is
just
the thing.
tough. Yeah.
That's a good hill right here.
We
I always
usually
like-
only run half of this hill.
That's the thing about where we start. You always finish on a darn hill.
Yeah. But we're doing this one more loop, right?
Well, we'll see what we're at 8 right
We're at
now.
8.1.
Then yeah, I guess.
We could cut this loop short and just turn right around the path again, maybe.
Okay.
Instead of going all the way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
wanna
that
put-
probably put us
you wanna do
Whatever
exactly
works.
10.
You're a big math guy.
And I know every crack on this pen.
So would you say you have more of a analytical brain?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like drumming, because it's the one time where I don't have to use that. But
Yeah, but you still like.
it's still analytical. You're still counting. You're still thinking where you're at in the song. But
Sometimes I try to drum my fingers at different rates.
yeah.
And I just can't do it. I don't know. It's definitely a different type of.
Running in school that way though too. I mean, it's about the simplest thing you can do.
Yeah,
So not a whole lot of calculations going on in your brain.
Are you void of thought or while running?
Yeah, I kind of I feel like I have to push the agenda so much throughout most of my life. When I run, I just kind of let's just kind of see what pops up in my brain today. You know?
Yeah. How about creative thought? Wow, like, do you have some of your best thoughts come into your head? Wow.
Sometimes, I try not to force it, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, yeah.
Mine's usually about 2 a.m. I wake up. It's weird.
That happens to me too, yeah.
And I'm like, God, I gotta write that down.
It's funny, forcing yourself to work on something and thinking about it can work, and then just taking the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like stretching a muscle, you know?
Yeah.
Just ease into it. You can stretch more than trying to just jam yourself into a stretch.
Yeah, I think we oftentimes try to make things work a certain way on how we believe it should
So we're at 8.
be done.
You good with going here?
Yeah.
Well, we've got about 2 miles left. I have a question. So when you think about your kids and your grandkids, what kind of legacy do you want to leave for them?
Yeah.
Kind of a tough question.
Well, that is a tough question, but it also isn't as a Christian, right?
Yeah.
It's
Well, then you answer it like you feel like answering it right now from the heart.
it's not necessarily a particular activity or a particular level of success, which I struggle with, right? Like my older one, Teddy, he's just slow. Like he's just taking life as it comes and just enjoying stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I told you to brush your teeth like 20 minutes ago. Now you're playing with Lego. Oh. So that lack of intensity is like, man, I gotta fix that. I gotta make him intense like me.
Yeah.
But again, the Lord made us who we want to be, or who He wants us to be.
Yeah.
And so, I guess just that, no matter what's going on, how dark the world seems, how disappointing things are, how successful things seem to be, physical pain, whatever, that deeper trust in the Lord and being part of God's mission of just, bringing His kingdom to earth, whatever that looks like, loving their neighbor, loving their coworkers, doing a good job at work, being a great dad, whatever it is that the Lord's going to decide what that is.
Yeah, what He's calling you to do. You be that person. Don't be afraid of it. Don't fear it. Don't try to be different because you think you need to be from the outside world. I see.
So if they have that legacy of, I'm doing something totally different than my parents or my grandparents, but in one sense I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm loving the Lord. I'm walking with Him day to day. I'm really becoming more like Jesus every day.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the way I'm acting. That'd be a pretty darn good legacy.
Yeah.
And there's only one way that's going to happen. That's just the Lord doing that.
Yeah.
So there's some, you can take the pressure off a little bit and just relax.
Yeah.
Knowing you don't actually have control over how your grandkids are going to live their life. But you can pray for it, and you can try to be the real deal every day and ask the Lord to help you.
Yeah, spread the word to them too.
You try not to get in the way.
Right.
Get in the way of what He is calling you to do.
Yeah. And by His grace, it'll happen. I think about I have a great Grandma Hazel, I think it's my mom's grandma. And my mom always talked about how she was just really fervent in her prayer.
Yeah.
Really praying a lot. And I just wonder, as humans, we take credit for a lot of stuff ourselves, right?
Yeah,
Like,
oh, sure.
oh, I'm so great, so this thing happened.
Yeah.
It's like, I just wonder, like, what are the impact of her prayers? Like 100 years ago
Right.
on me,
Right, right.
And my kids. Like, she was probably doing way more important work than a lot of the stuff we would say is really important in our world, right?
Yeah.
So
I believe that what you're saying, that's great. You don't know what impact you're having on other people.
for sure.
Most of it, you'll never know.
Yeah.
It's a butterfly effect, right?
Yeah,
So do good,
absolutely.
you know?
Well, and it's this whole, everything with Jesus is upside down, right? All the people you think are super important and doing all the righteous and awesome things, and then there's people that are unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Like Jesus was unheard of most of his life. He was a carpenter. He didn't even start his ministry till he was 30. And it's not like he went to Rome and was like, hey, I'm king now, guys.
Yeah.
He was like, just like working with people like, why is he hanging out with these sinners or that
Right.
widow or whoever? And like, there's this upside down nature. When we really realize someday who is really making the difference, it's going to be these people we've never heard of.
Well,
Maybe some people we've heard of.
honestly, Brad, I think that's kind of what one of the ideas behind what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Because, there's things about you that we could have ran, years together.
Yeah.
I would have never known.
Yeah.
Okay? There's things about you that the world will never know.
Right.
And we're just trying to say, hey, we're normal people. He's a normal person.
Right.
How wonderful is this guy? How wonderful is she? And I say she, but what you're talking about, you're not talking about you.
Right.
You're talking about what Jesus is doing
Absolutely.
for you.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to confuse that message.
Yeah. And I'm not telling you about all the bad stuff either. And Jesus is there when you're doing that too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's loving you and ready to forgive you, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I think I might know the answer to this question, but what fills your cup every day? What is it? Not
Wow.
coffee, but
Yeah, well, that helps. Well, some days I don't fill my cup, and I have a miserable day, and I'm a miserable person.
yeah,
And I'm not who I want to be.
yeah,
When I fill my cup and I sit down for 10 minutes before I start my run, and I just pray or read a psalm or something like that, there's something about saying, okay, I don't know what's going to happen today, but I'm starting my day with God, with Jesus. And that's really, my job gets pretty challenging at times, and you get exhausted, and the reactions that come out of you when you lose energy, you don't really have control over it.
yeah,
You kind of are who you are
yeah,
in those moments. And there's moments where I totally mess that up, and there's moments where I don't. And the moments where I don't, that's because I filled my cup,
yeah,
and God is overflowing.
yeah. Well, and that's what you've recognized. That's what you need every day, and that's good.
For sure. And it's okay to need that every day.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd think, man, if I was super spiritual, I wouldn't need to keep doing this every day. It's actually the opposite.
Not right.
God wants you to depend on Him more and more and more and more.
Here's that hill again. You're probably still pushing it. Sub 8 minute pace.
We're 8:10.
We're slacking then.
The chemicals in your body when you run kind of fills my cup too. That helps as well.
Yeah.
You feel pretty good after.
Yeah, what do you call it?
And a cold shower, that helps too.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what helps you fall in love with the journey? Is that feeling, the hormones that flood you once you're done?
Yeah, that's part of it, yeah. And you just feel so accomplished, even if you don't feel good. Like, got something done today,
You followed through with a commitment.
Yeah.
You,
It was hard, it was cold, or it rained, or whatever, but I still did it.
yeah. He served, I served, but
Okay.
That's not really why we're carrying the flag. We're just glad to be in America. We're lucky to live in a free country for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there anything like with your church? Do you guys have anything that you want to put out there? Any mission you guys might be on or anything like that? Or anything with work as we finish up here?
No, not really. I mean, I go to Life Spring Community. It's in right next to the Catholic Church in Harrison.
Yeah. Is Jeff Dueller still?
Yep, Jeff Dueller is the pastor. Yep.
Yep.
It's called the Community Commons, because it's open to the community.
Yeah, yep.
So
I met Jeff years ago. Really good guy.
Yeah.
His daughter was actually in my class.
Yeah.
She passed away in a car wreck.
That was freaking tragic.
And Jeff talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
And as awful as it is, it's also part of his proof and it's part of his story that God is real.
Yeah.
Like, even in
I mean,
something
she
like
was
that.
a believer too.
Yeah.
She's a really awesome person.
It's like part of the fabric of our church is that story.
Yeah, with tragedy, also helps bring out the faith of the parishioners or family.
For sure. And if you want to make refractories, let me know.
Yeah.
Sign you up.
Yeah.
World needs refractories to eat.
Yes. So, yeah, that does interest me a lot. It's interesting how that. Then there's so many businesses like that I don't think most people think about on a daily.
Oh, yeah.
Makes the world run, but it's not always glamorous.
During COVID when they were like deciding what essential businesses were and not, like who could show up to work or not, we weren't listed as an essential business. But they listed steel mills as an essential business, and we're like, well, you can't make steel without refractories. So I guess we're showing up to work.
Yeah, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
No, it did not.
Good morning.
I think we'll see that magnet.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking we might have to. There's 3 of them along this trail somewhere.
Maybe you just need to run with a big ass magnet.
Yeah. And they were thinking, well, if it was a magnet, it might push that magnet away. Maybe we need to get some steel. And
There you go.
Yeah, you know any people that sell magnets?
Metal detector, maybe.
Yeah.
what kind of distance we looking at now? I don't want to short.
9.7 I got.
What?
9.7.
9.7.
Finish up around the lake.
Yeah, we're good.
Is there one last message, Brad, you want to hit home to the people?
Oh, I don't know.
Your
I feel like I've said enough.
You've really done a great job.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And I thank God you spoke so much because that saved my breath. Phenomenal runner. And I know you credit God for that, and which you should. And I really appreciate the fact that you're living his message and doing what you're supposed to do.
Thank you.
And yeah, we know you're not perfect. We don't care.
No
That's
one
not for us. We know.
Yeah, no one's perfect. We're all sinners, right?
But we're really, really happy you ran with us today and ran with us on other days.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it.
We
Like I said, I can't believe we made it 10 miles already.
I know. It's amazing.
Super fun.
Not that it was fast, but it just went.
okay.
We thought it went quick, right?
Yeah.
I got 6 more miles to grind it out.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, yeah, so we thank you for joining us, and you're certainly welcome anytime in the future. Even on interviews, we got a rolling audience. We love having you.
Yeah. Let me know.
And we're doing, that flying peg, but we're also doing was it Heart Mini?
Yeah, Heart Mini.
Okay.
The half,
Just-
yeah.
it's a half.
So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna roll through it with
Yeah,
the.
even if you want to join us on that, I know
That's March 15th. So I
Are
don't
you
know.
going to like talk to random people during the
Well,
marathon?
I want to get our teammates
okay.
can talk a little bit,
Gotcha.
But-
just because it's easier.
Yeah.
But the idea is we would like to get some marathon, just some runners out there
Yeah,
that
to
we
talk.
don't know
Yeah.
to tell their story.
Yeah. That could be fun.
Yeah, I think it will be fun.
We get so serious up in the faster pack.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. We
Yeah, I
appreciate
really
it.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Is that
sign
10?
Is that 10?